Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video today, and today we have a follow-up to last video, which is the Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. Today we have Uomo Casual Life by the same brand, Salvatore Ferragamo, and this one I'm gonna tell you guys today why I like this one more than the original, which I have right here. Why this one is a much more practical, wearable, and still unique fragrance in comparison to the original. But before we get right into that, let's jump right into the notes that's on Fragrantica first. So the notes on Fragrantica, we have top notes of lemon, violet leaf, and cardamom, mid notes of coffee, ambroxan, and geranium, base notes of cashmere wood, cedar wood, and musk. Now this one comes across a lot cleaner. You take the sweetness, the tiramisu vibe from the original, you really tone down that sweetness and mix in that really heavy officey vibe of violet leaf, and you get a really nice smelling, easy to wear gourmand fragrance for the office. Now if that doesn't sound like a unique fragrance to you already, then you smell some amazing fragrance for sure. But this one is very unique for the office time. There's gonna be no fragrance out there like this that your coworkers are wearing, that your managers are wearing, that your customers are even wearing. So this is definitely one of those fragrances that will set you apart indefinitely. So when you first spray this one, you're gonna notice a really heavy violet leaf that you associate with fragrances like L'Homme by YSL. Now the violet leaf in here smells much heavier, much more grounded than YSL L'Homme. It doesn't have that kind of a loosen up freshness that L'Homme have. This one, like I said again, much more grounded, and you get that coffee right away as well, that's just buried under the violet leaf. It's just there, the sweetness is there, the coffee deliciousness is there, but it's not overwhelming. It's not gonna be something that jumps off your skin and becomes super sweet, super juvenile. It's just very nicely toned down, very reserved, boxed in. It's just so nicely just controlled in a way in this fragrance. And the cardamom in here, it's not super prominent. Again, it's like the original where it may be there in the opening, but it goes away rather quickly. And ambroxan in here is also better than the original because it's not as strong, it's not as scratchy, it's not as like prominent in this one as it is in the original. So this one again is way more about that violet leaf and coffee kind of relationship. It's really well done, and that's why the scent like this, to me, I enjoy much more in a practical scent than the original Uomo. Now, who's gonna like this one? Anyone who likes gourmand fragrance and wants something that you can wear in the office will definitely find this one to be a gem, like pretty much a hidden gem for you. Might be your favorite one in your collection, to be honest with you. And a second type of people who would like this one is anyone who's looking to diversify their collection heavily. Like they're tired of wearing just citruses to the office. They're tired of wearing clean vetiver to the office. They're tired of wearing clean aquatics to the office. They want something more interesting, more grabbing, something to set them apart in their workplace. They're gonna like this one because again, this one, very unique office scent. You're not gonna smell like anyone at all, even the people walking into your business doors if you happen to have customers all the time, like me. So yeah, this one, very unique. Now, the only people who are not gonna like this is anyone who likes safer scent. This is not super safe. Again, with a lot of unique fragrances that tries to break the barrier, they're not going to ever be super safe. You know, there's gonna be a little bit of a risk factor associated with it. This one, luckily, doesn't have as much as a risk factor, not even close as a risk factor as the Uomo signature. This one definitely much safer, but it is not the most safe fragrance out there. So for those of you guys who are used to the citruses, the aquatics, the vetiver, the safer, clean office scent, you might find this one a tad bit challenging. Next, we have the performance of this one, and this one is pretty on par with the original, lasting around 6 hours, I would say is the average, which is okay for an office fragrance. And if you watch any of my old office fragrance video on this Decant Boutique channel, I've recommended you guys before to leave your office fragrance at the office because you can reapply it there. Like, you don't need to leave it at home. Like, why leave an office fragrance at home? There's really no point. Or at the very least, if you want to leave the bottle at home, bring a decant with you, like decant 15 ml or something, leave that at the office to reapply during lunchtime. It's really, you know, it's just a really nice convenient way to wear fragrances that are normally not so good performing at the office if you just leave a decant or just leave the bottle there to reapply. So this one, 6 hours, you won't have to reapply this, to be perfectly honest with you, because at 6-7 hours, you're ready to come home. You're not really gonna see many people after unless you're going out. But at 6-7 hours, you don't really need to reapply this fragrance. But I'm just telling you guys, for the fragrances that last 3 to 4 hours, it's good to leave it at the office. So yeah, back to this fragrance. Performance is okay. Projection is okay around maybe the neck and shoulder area. It doesn't project too loudly, which is nice for an office fragrance. You don't want to project way too much and offend your coworkers, which is, that's never a good idea. So yeah, performance of this one is average, but for its intended purpose, I would say it's pretty nice. Next, we have the Versatility. Now this one is much more versatile than Uomo's, the original here. This one is best suited for spring, fall, and even maybe summer nighttime. So summer daytime, not so much. It is quite heavy, so it could be too hot. But summer nighttime, springtime, fall time, this is a really nice fragrance to wear. And for indoor, if you work in air-conditioned places, you can wear this all the time. So the occasion that I would recommend you wear this one in is, of course, like I said, the office. You can even wear this one maybe on a date if you're confident enough to pull off a scent like this for a daytime. But to be honest, that's maybe a little bit stretching. This is still best for the office, best for formal, anytime at all where you want to smell professional with a little bit of an interesting touch, then this one might be a good fit for you. Next, we have a comment factor. This one has a higher comment factor than the original, being that it has a lot less negative reaction chances. This one is not overly sweet. It's not super pungent. It's not something that has the potential to offend too many people. So this one has a lot better comment-making potential. It's softer, it's less offensive. If you don't overspray, you smell really nice and very unique. So the comment chances for this is way better than this. Lastly, we have the price, and this one, 100 ml, you can find it ranging around, get this, $27 at the cheapest that I've found it, believe it or not. And the highest is $35. And this is a really monster fragrance for that price. Like, it's a no-brainer monster fragrance for the price. It is so good. In fact, like, I don't even know how this could be so cheap. Like, it's just so good for $27. It's one of the best cheapie on the market that you can grab for that price. So trust me on this one. Even comparing it to a Halloween Man X, which is another really nice coffee scent, that one's like $28, really in line with this one. I would say pick this one over Halloween Man X. That's how good this one is. It's just really nicely priced, something that you can easily grab right away, even today or tomorrow. Even if you don't like it, you give it away as a gift. It's just so cheap, to the point where it's kind of like a throwaway money in a way. Like, $27 is pretty much a large pizza. It's so cheap, and for the quality, it is so good. So I highly recommend this one for the price. But if for whatever reason you don't want to blind buy fragrances, you can always try it out on our website, decantboutique.com. We'll leave a link down below. We do have decants of this one, the original, the signature, and the urban feel, the whole line. So if you want to try these fragrances and avoid blind buying, you can try it out on our website first. Alright guys, that's it for this review today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye.